You know, the more I tell these D&D stories, the more I realize kind of how fucked up some of our campaigns can be. We've had a guy giving himself a health potion enema. We paralyzed a 10-year-old kid with a throwing dart. We're not very nice people. That being said, hey everyone, name is Bricky. We're changing it up right now. This is going to be a Twitch clip of the week right now, so check it out. Let's do this shit, Montana. All right, Montana, there's a reason why you're on the top. It's starting to get really difficult to figure out what kinds of clips of the weeks I want to use every single week because goddamn, it's getting memeier and memeier and memeier, and there are more clips every single week with going on Twitch stream. There's too much shit that goes on. It's hard picking just one. So, all right, you know what? We'll do a second one. So some of you may have already seen it, but good friend and fellow YouTuber friend of mine, Magikarp made a video on me and the life of a streamer series he's been doing as of recently. Most of them have been just comedic little jokes, just kind of spoof videos, but mine was like an actual documentary. It's very long, it's like 27 minutes, but honestly, dude, man's got some talent, and everyone should already know that by now, but man's got some fucking talent when it comes to that shit. And he did an absolutely incredible job, so I'd highly recommend checking it out. It's in the description. Go ahead and give it a look, because it really is, I think, worthy of your attention, just to see the amount of effort put into something like this. God damn it. Bitch, shit, 22 health. Don't you do that. And secondly, my extremely talented new artist. You may have seen some of the stuff she did. She did 4 new emotes for the Twitch stream and ongoing. She did the new background art for the Twitch and YouTube, which you may have seen. She did the new YouTube profile picture as well. All of the cool ass shit that you see new on this channel was done by her. It goes by Meebo or Meebs, however you want to call her. She streams a lot of that art as well. I'd highly recommend checking out her Twitch stream. But don't tell her I told you to do that. Don't like say anything. Like, you find her Twitch stream in the description as well. But she streams most of my art, so if you want to see it like in the process of being made, you can. But don't say anything. Don't tell her. Like don't tell her I said that, because I kind of want. It's pretty. Some of you may know, like as streamers, any of you who stream when there's like an influx of new viewers, and you're just kind of like, whoa, where the hell all these people come from? And it's really fun. Just don't tell her. Just be like, oh hey, I heard you do art. I want to watch. Shh. Just go check her out next time. It might be a fun surprise. Anyway, on with the story. So some context. For those of you who do not play Rainbow Six Siege, there is a character. His name is Tachanka. He is part of the Russian Spetsnaz, and his special ability is placing down a DP-28 light machine gun turret. And sure, while the machine gun does a lot of damage, it's generally a very weak operator because he's stationary during it. He's not that great. He's just not a very good operator to play. But because he was so garbage back in the day, they became just giant memes. You know, a lot of times the worst character in a game will get memed on as like the best character. He's called Lord Tachanka for a reason. So we're playing a one-shot campaign. What a one-shot campaign is, it's unlike a standard campaign where it's long and there's a bunch of shit going on. One-shot is one time. You just play it once. It's like a one story that you can tell in about 3 to 4 hours. My guy was like a very New York Italian kind of guy. You know, he talked with a very heavy Italian accent, very family oriented, and he had like brass knuckles as his weapon. My friend played as someone named Jack Knife, which is, who would have guessed, a rogue. Wow. He was exactly what you think he would be. Super edgy, super silly. Just his name is Jack Knife. He's just like, evil is afoot. And the final one was Lord Tachanka, but he did not carry a light machine gun, of course. Instead, he carried a ballista. Fuck. But his little thing is similar to the game. When you place down your LMG, Tachanka screams LMG, mounted and loaded. Instead, because he had a ballista, he would carry it around, set it up, draw it back, and immediately start screaming, ballista, mounted and loaded. And we're starting all at a campfire together to go hunt down this necromancer. And a guy comes up, and he's a little merchant, and he's really weird. And he's like, I'm gonna sell you my goods and shit. But we buy some stuff from that guy. We buy some potions. We buy like a charm, blah, 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 blah. And the map kind of looks like this, basically. So you have our starting point at the top, and then there's a bunch of different tree lines and some little pathways between the tree lines, and then there's the bottom where we want to go get. Damn it! So we start making our way down this area. And as we make our way past the first area, past a little spike trap, thank God I rolled a high dex roll to dodge, you start seeing arrows start flying out of the area. And all these arrows start flying out of all the trees and stuff, and so we're getting attacked by these arrows, and it's obviously very, very dangerous because our health bars are very, very low because we're just starting out. And as we're making our way through, and as we're pushing our way through all these different areas, eventually we hit one of them through the tree line. It falls down. It's a kid, and it's like a 6-7-year-old kid. Apparently we like to hurt child, but this kid is like writhing in pain because we hit him with like an arrow, and he's all upset, but he's like decaying, you know. He's like, flesh is coming off, it's all pussy and green, like yellow colored. Obviously this kid was like dead and brought back from the dead. He's like a dead like servant, you know. He's in pain and stuff, but he's not listening, he's not speaking or anything. So of course, naturally, I take my fist and I just clock him in the face because I'm like, oh, you're not worth anything. But unfortunately, due to his decaying flesh, I basically just went like, boop, just straight through all the way to the other side of his head. So that was kind of gross. But eventually, something comes out of one of the trees. One of the trees starts moving, and you realize that that tree is a hangman's tree. And what a hangman's tree is when a lot of people are dead or a lot of dying energy around the area, the tree can come to life and actually start moving. Think of like the creepy willow tree from Harry Potter, except it like uproots itself and it becomes like a tree and it just starts like ripping people apart. And so he goes ahead between the tree line and starts setting it up, and he pulls it out and he puts the tripod down, he sticks the ballista on top and everything. During this, I attempt to swing around the certain area of the tree and immediately get a hatchet dead in the shin, which actually downs me. And so I'm just there with a big like poisonous hatchet writhing in pain because of the stupid fucking child. I'm down. Jackknife is going around doing some bullshit, being all sneaky and crap. Shit. Once he sets up that ballista and all, it's perfectly placed. And of course he immediately screams, "Ballista! Mounted and loaded!" So this tree gets up and starts making its way around, and this tree is absolutely horrifying. Like, this is like playing a game on very hard mode. The tree already ripped like a kid in half, so it's a very bad point in time right now. So as this happens, it goes down to Jackknife's turn, and what happens is Jackknife has this little bow and arrow, and he fires 3 shots dead into the tree center, and he gets like a 10, he gets like a 12, and he gets a 20, a natural 20 that is. So the 10 goes through the trees, nothing happens. The 12 goes through the trees. You hear a kid go like, ah! So he hits somebody. And the 20 lands on a child right next to us. And what was gonna happen is there was a kid, about 14, so a little bit older, in the tree line right above me and good old Lord Tachanka right there. So when that kid was actually ready to do a full-on stealth critical hit sneaking attack with his knife and just plunge the shit out of Tachanka, but that arrow hit him in the chest. And as the kid falls down, or as the kid gets hit, you hear Tachanka yelling, "I am going to give you all 5 seconds to come out. 5, 4, I can't do a very good Russian accent. 3, 2, 1. Rolling intimidation rolls as he yells this, but not getting very good rolls, unfortunately. But as he finishes it up, and he yells 1, and he fires the ballista, and he shoots that thing, and of course, it's a ballista, you know? These are arrows like the size of a small human, basically. That kid falls from the trees, and immediately, mid-air, cracks into that ballista shot that he launches from his ballista, which, if you did not know, was indeed mounted and loaded. Shit! So this ballista shot impales this child and carries him all the way to the hangman's tree, in which it immediately just sinks itself into the center of the hangman's tree, which does in fact kill the tree, because a ballista, it is a fucking ballista. And you're not hitting this thing with a great sword, you're basically firing a rocket in terms of medieval times. So with the use of a 14-year-old decaying child and a lot of screaming, Lord Tachanka was able to pin this child into the hangman's tree and sink it with only 1 shot as the thing goes ahead and dies just immediately. It was so glorious and so stupid. But honestly, at this point, there are very, very few instances in which I don't want someone to immediately start screaming, "Ballista mounted and loaded." Anyway, it was just a very simple D&D story that I thought was pretty dang funny. I felt like just telling people it, and unfortunately, I might die. We have the occasional D&D stories that I think are very enjoyable. I mean, obviously, this one isn't as good as the Dante Romero shit or anything, but just the fact that you could play that, because you can do this, right? You can, if you want to with your DM, you can play Lord Tachanka in a damn D&D session, because all he has to do is carry a ballista around and start screaming. It's wonderful. I love it. Anyway, that was the story. I hope you enjoyed it. I thought it was very, very stupid. I wish all the rest of you a very wonderful week. We've got some good videos coming up. I'm trying to put a little bit more effort into the editing, a little bit more fun. As you may have told in this video, it's before, for a while, it was just kind of talk and that's it, but I want to give it a little bit more oomph, so I'm trying to give it a little bit more of that oomph. With that being said, my name is Bricky. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you on the Twitch streams, the YouTube videos, and pretty much everything else. All right, bye-bye.